Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone Podcast, where we discuss all things crypto markets. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Memecoins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to discuss Gemini heading to the NASDAQ as soon as this week. Talk about a major crypto vulnerability that cropped up yesterday and a new all-time high from Hype. GM, thank you for joining us. If you're listening on Spaces, give us a like, give us a comment, give us a bookmark. If you're feeling extra generous, you know what? Give us a retweet. Push us out there in the algorithm. If you're listening on YouTube, let us know what you want us to look at today. What tokens are you holding? Where are your bags? What do you want us to talk about? Did you get drained from yesterday's hack? Thank you all for listening. We really appreciate each and every one of you. I'm joined today by my friends, my pals, my dogs, Easy Eats Bodega, and back from vacation, Clemente. Sea-Dog, you're looking nice. You're looking golden. How you feeling after a little time off?
I'm feeling good, dude. Feeling good. I think needed, I recommend taking a little vacation to just chill. And I don't think I've taken a vacation where you just relax at a resort all inclusive in a while. But I'm excited to be back. Yeah, look at this, dude. That's the optimal breakfast rotation. Play yogurt. Pineapple juice, coffee, and mimosa.
Oh, you were sipping on that pineapple juice? Okay.
Hey,
you can tell you're just rotating. Look at the level on each one. They're like, it's like a sip of this, sip of that, sip of that.
Yeah, it was good. You know, the problem is, so the first day, our first full day, just got so hammered. We were taking shots at like 10 a.m. We were in bed by 6 p.m. We had dinner plans. We were going to go do this whole thing. We just got too hammered. We woke up, we're like, fuck. But it was good. It was good. I had a good time, but I'm excited to be back. By like the last day, it was yesterday. We were on our way back and I was already like ready to be at my desk. There's only so much laying around you can do. Although I did go do some scuba. I did some snorkeling. Saw some
When was your
turtles.
birthday? Did I miss it?
It's today.
Oh, happy birthday. Okay.
Happy birthday,
So.
Sea-Dog.
I was like, I don't think so. I gotta post a picture of us. There's one of us canoodling. That's very cute.
I like that one.
Can't make the lady a little jealous.
I just got off taking my parents' insurance though, so I got to figure that out. I'm officially insurance free.
We have insurance through work, you dumb fuck.
No, I opt out.
Yeah, but now you should opt in.
I know. I haven't done it yet though. So right now, straight up, if I get like hit by a car or something, I'm cooked. Because if I go to the hospital,
no, yeah, you're gonna have to sell your MicroStrategy, your Bitcoin, your BMNR, your Open.
I don't own BMNR.
I appreciate all
the wishes. The BitMine? I don't own that shit.
It's Tom Lee, dog. All he does is buy.
I actually
you don't support me buying the Worldcoin? Okay.
But he didn't buy Worldcoin. He bought a micro cap stock that was going to become a crypto treasury company of Worldcoin. So I'm like, isn't that insider trading? And everyone's like, yo, he made a 20x. I'm like, dude, I could do that shit. Put me in instead of Tom Lee. He's just going, okay, what's the next crypto treasury company before it gets announced? And I'm just going to buy that.
Well, they don't normally pump this way. I think it's a little chicken and egg thing. Like the fact that Tom Lee invested in this one is the reason why it pumped. I don't think if they just announced they were a $250 million Worldcoin treasury, they would have went 45x like they did.
See, this is just like shit coin trading on in the public markets. The
future of finance.
Also, you guys know this Aquabot rug that happened yesterday on Solana?
Yeah.
So for people that don't know, there was this like Aquabot there was this company called Aquabot that was asking a bunch of like KOLs to shill it or to support it in exchange for USD payment and a portion of the tokens. A good amount of people that I know actually took it. And there were comments on basically one of the deliverables was you respond with a comment to their post. They ended up rugging $5 million. There were like 2 or 3 people that reached out asking me or us to work with Aquabot. And I was like, I looked at it, I was like, this thing looks scammy as fuck. We're not touching this. And I basically just didn't respond. And then this morning, or yesterday, all that shit happened. And I looked back at some of the messages and like 2 out of the 3 already got deleted. Like it was so shady. So anyways, Thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody like released like the pre-sale list of like people who like were involved with this one. But I mean, it's like it's a landmine. Like you don't know what you're getting into with a lot of crypto projects. Like even when you do due diligence, like there's some interesting opportunities with anon teams. And anytime there's an anon team, you're always putting yourself out there at risk for like getting hit by one of these rogues. So always do your due diligence, especially if you're going to be somebody out there pushing these DeFi platforms or these like new launches, etc. So not great to see, but yeah. Speaking of things that happened yesterday, big news coming out of OpenSea. Did you see this one?
OpenSea. Oh, I did see some of that.
You see this? You see this? Oh, big announcement from OpenSea yesterday. It was basically like a four-parter, like four bangers essentially. So they announced mobile, essentially OpenSea mobile, which is like something they've needed. This is going to allow you to do the cross-chain swaps and the NFT purchases on mobile in like a clean app. And I think a lot of this is probably from the acquisition of Rally that had a very strong mobile platform. So I'm sure a lot of this is chalked up to that team coming on board and the tech behind Rally. This looks really nice, really clean. Also, they announced the OpenSea flagship collection, where essentially they're buying historic NFTs and work from emerging artists. They purchased a CryptoPunk to start this off. They're going to be spending over $1 million on these NFTs. So it'll be interesting to see what they acquire in their flagship collection, if that affects any of these project floors. So interesting to follow along on the flagship.
Yeah, Ray. I actually got at the CEO of OpenSea actually DM'd me on Snapchat yesterday. He said he's going to buy the rest of the $1 million that they have after the CryptoPunk. They're only going to buy Bodagos. Actually,
I heard they were going to do Roboto Pets.
First of all, it's RoboPets. RoboPets. Get it right, Ray?
RoboPets. And then also they announced final phase of pre-TGE rewards is going to be over $1 million worth of OP and ARB in the vault that you could potentially earn. They're going to be sharing that with different traders. So essentially there's a treasure chest program. When you go into your rewards portal, you'll receive a treasure chest. It can be leveled up. Higher level your chest at the end of the season, larger your share of loot. There can be pudgy penguins, it says, bored apes. You can level up your chest by trading tokens, by doing voyages, collecting shipments. So we've seen like a number of these shipments coming in from holding different like blue chip NFTs or partner NFTs, which has been pretty cool. So
I like that.
Little gamification here with the shipments. I got to check in on mine, see what's going on here.
What is that? Is that those are the shipment types? It's like I feel like I'm playing.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm playing Clash Royale right now. Opening chess.
I like the graphics on these. And then finally they say we'll stick on the treasure chest. They're going to play a role in the OpenSea TGE as well. So they're rewarding these new users as well as historical users for C. And speaking of the C token, they give an update. It's an announcement of announcement. Going to hear more about the TGE early October. So basically a month away. Maybe we're going to get a date for OpenSea. So that's exciting as well for that token launch that everyone's participating in. I'm going to pop over to OpenSea. There's a solid quest today. I'm going to DCA some more into my boy Murad's SPX 6900. Another $400 in the bag. Keep stacking it. It's been up. It's been down. It's down off all-time highs now. I still like it. I like basically using OpenSea to DCA into this position whenever there are like these rewards here. So I have a $50 same chain swap that I'll be able to complete once this goes through on Ethereum, which is leagues slower than Solana. I like started doing some more EVM like mainnet transactions over the past week, and it's just like wild. Like my brain isn't like even like ready to like wait for the 12 seconds at least it takes for them to like finalize. It's like crazy. It's like, why is this the case? Who's using ETH mainnet anymore? But apparently people are. We continue to see activity on mainnet. Big shout out to OpenSea. We have a ton of fun working with them. If you haven't yet, go over to Nick's portfolio page. We made, or Twitter page at Choose Rich. We made a fun little skit that I enjoyed a lot with him being the most interesting man in the world. The Dos Equis commercial. This one was pretty fun. I liked your voice acting in this one, Clemente.
I don't think anyone knew I voice acted it. Also,
nobody did.
Michael's best. He is the second best.
No one thinks that's you?
No. I also showed that to my girlfriend on the way back from Mexico, and I was so excited about it. I was like, look at this thing we made. But then when watching it with her, every joke that's made in there is about crypto and trading. And she was basically like, what the fuck is this? She was like, oh, like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm like, sorry. No, it was, it's a lot of
No, so you see Michael Saylor, normally he says there is no second best.
No, yeah, like you just don't get it. It's fine. It's cool.
Yeah,
I'll go
I'm like,
fuck myself.
So when we trade, we have a P&L, but he's the most interesting man in the world, so he doesn't have an L. He just has P.
It's just a P, which is also like an innuendo for a penis joke, haha.
Oh man.
Anyways, all right, come on, guys. Damn, I thought you were gay, bro. Not judging. All right, well, let's do this weather report. That's crazy.
Oh man.
We doing this
Love
weather
to see,
report?
our friend. Hold on, I'm gonna screen share because I just enjoy this completion sound over here. Like this is a nice one. We get this. Let's do this little token completion. We get the pop up in the wind sound. There we go. Love it. That being said, we've got a lot to talk about. Clemente, little weather report action.
Yeah, let's do it, Ray. I thought you would never ask us. Today is Tuesday, September 9th. Beautiful day. Looking over the crypto roundup. The majors are up across the board. We have Bitcoin approaching 113. Ethereum over 4,300. Solana at 218. Oh my God. Ray, I'm going to need you to pull up that Sol ETH chart because I believe I marked the bottom of that thing. And we have hype at $54, hitting a new all-time high this morning. Good God almighty, you love to see it. Over the past 24 hours, we have a few news stories here. News broke that Gemini will go live on the NASDAQ this week. Huge for the crypto exchange. They're trying to raise over $300 million via their IPO with $50 million earmarked as an investment directly from the NASDAQ. What does that mean? The NASDAQ can invest in these? The NASDAQ is just eating up the entire allocation. Okay. I learned more about the stock market every week. I didn't know that the NASDAQ could just buy whatever they wanted. Trading is expected to go live on Friday after the ticker GEMI. G-E-M-I. Gemini. Next up, Worldcoin's WLD token gained over 50% on the day. We were talking about this earlier. As 8Co Holdings rolled out a $250 million world treasury strategy backed by Tom Lee and BMNR. BMNR was just supposed to be an Ethereum treasury company. Turns out they rolled out a moonshot strategy where 1% of their treasury is going to go towards buying micro-cap stocks, rolling out crypto treasury companies before they announce that they're doing that. We saw 8Co Holdings, the stock did a 40x to $45 on the news. Insane. Insane. Finally, the Ledger CEO warned about a JavaScript vulnerability that can drain crypto wallets yesterday. I got back on crypto Twitter yesterday after my vacation, and everyone's just talking about security. I was like, okay, I'm just not going to touch the blockchain yesterday. Turns out only $45 were drained, but the Ledger CEO is warning about this vulnerability. The exploit stemmed from a compromised developer account of a widely used JavaScript package. Damage from the vulnerability has been minimal so far. To be honest, can I be straight up with you guys? This was literally just a Ledger advertisement. What are we talking about here? Oh, let me warn you guys about a vulnerability. Check the most recent tweet, Ray. The most recent tweet from the CEO this morning. After $50 are drained was a picture of a ledger. And they're like, this is how we help you stay safe. Yo, Charles Guillemet, get your French ass out of here, bitch. Back to you in the studio.
Excellent weather report as always, Clemente.
We're not gonna work with Ledger.
I don't think we're gonna work with Ledger. I don't think that's gonna happen. Let's pull up your Sol ETH chart. We talked about this yesterday. I'm most happy to have you here for this one. Where you said, why would you ever buy Solana here? Sol ETH is going to 0, and we drew the nice line on the on that one where you called that at that red line there.
Oh my God. For people just listening, it was basically the bottom and it's been up only.
Yeah, so Clemente at 0.04 called the Sol ETH ratio. Like, why would you buy here? And it's bounced now to 0.05, 25% bounce. Up
Well,
only.
I didn't say I wouldn't buy. Why would you buy here? I would say I thought Ethereum was going to outperform Solana. What I'm realizing, Ray, is it's basically just matters what the institutions are buying. And we're just kind of watching from the side. Like it used to feel like we were playing basketball, right? We're all on the floor playing basketball and we're shooting, we're taking shots. Some make it, some don't. Now what it feels like is we're on the sidelines watching the grown men play basketball. And we're just hoping that they do something as positive for our bags.
That'd be called gambling on sports.
Well, that's what it feels like. I'm like, dude, I don't. All of a sudden, it's just okay. Solana is the one to buy because the treasury companies are now buying Solana. Is Hyperliquid getting an institutional bid, or is that organic? From
Doesn't need it.
Fees, dude. Hype
doesn't need it.
Looking good. Looking good.
Doesn't need it.
We need to get Nick on the show. Nick capitulated his Hype holdings.
No, he didn't.
No,
I don't know if he rebought, but I remember he was like, "Yeah, I sold."
No, he didn't.
There's no way.
He did. I think he did.
No, he didn't.
We need to talk to him.
He gets cold feet in these trades for no reason at times, especially with something like Hyperliquid. There's no way he sold Hyperliquid. I don't believe it. We hit $55. Hit $55 this morning. New all-time high, sitting at 53.34, which would be an all-time high close if it closed here. Looking good up and to the right. I don't know what else there is to say about it. We're gonna have more stablecoin clarity from their proposal coming out this week with USDH. But all things are looking good for Hyperliquid.
He capitulated.
We need to talk to him about it because I remember him telling me that he sold, but I don't know if he bought back in. He over trades, and I think he might have bought ETH or something.
Me and him, dude, he'll randomly FaceTime me and be like, "What do you think about the charts?" And I'm like, "Are you at your desk? Yes or no?" And he's like, "Nope." I'm like, "Don't fucking trade, dude. Stop.
Yeah, it's out of control. Also, can I? I'm gonna do a little bit of a victory lap here. Remember when everyone said I was an idiot for buying Hype, the top blasting Hype, in May? I bought it at $37.
Let's go.
Little 50% gainer for the kid, huh? Boom. That's what I'm talking about. You want to do? Joe is asking for do a 101 on how you guys buy Hype. You can buy just on OpenSea now if you want. Tommy De Andrade, huge Hype bull. Tommy, what percentage of your portfolio is in Hype? Because he basically buys every dip. He DCAs. Tommy De Andrade, I would be curious to know what your Hype allocation is like. And Raymond,
I think this is where you bought Clemente right here, and then people were like, "Oh no, he killed it."
It did dump a lot.
And yeah, I went for 31. Yeah, 38 to 31. But even that's not a crazy dump.
The balls on Tommy De Andrade, 90% of his portfolio is in Hype. That is insane. Had a great buy at $11. I think my buy was at I think it's less than 10% of my portfolio.
Mine are just all over the place. Buys and sells.
And sells, Ray. Huh? And sells.
Buys and selling perps, buying spot, all kinds of things going on here.
Very interesting, Raymond. Very interesting. Jarvis, please pull up the Kaito chart and show me where Raymond sold.
The Kaito chart.
Ray, sorry, this is the only.
The actual sorry.
Show me the Kaito token chart. And if I recall correctly, Ray, it was at $1.30 a month ago, and you said, "Is this a buy here?" I said, "Raymond, let's wait until $1." Dollar came around. Nick fudded it. Fake news, Nick fudded Kaito, saying that they were working with Russian bots. Yoo-hoo, not the yogurt, the founder of Kaito, said, Nick's a bitch ass. We're not going anywhere. I unstaked my Kaito last week. This morning, I woke up to a nice birthday present. My unstaked Kaito rolled in.
Did you sell?
I need to. For some reason, it's not showing up on my wallet.
You have to withdraw from Kaito. There's 2 steps.
You have to go claim it. So it's just sitting in Kaito still.
Yeah, I think I sold around once we broke out below that little wedge. I sold somewhere in there.
God dang it! I was hoping you'd sell the bottom.
No, I didn't sell that late.
I'm just praying on Ray's downfall.
Just hoping the guy gets smoked.
Yeah, because the 7-day restake, it was probably somewhere in this range.
All of these
looks good though. I don't know what happened on the day.
Would you buy here, Ray?
You're saying, is it a buy here?
Well, yeah, would you? Because you like buying these types of things.
I don't know what's going on with it though. I don't know why it pumped like this. So I need to look into it more.
Interesting.
But I mean,
also
could be getting ready for another leg up, and we saw similar price action with a couple green days, big leg, and then we ran more when we had our first recovery after a local low. Actually, this would just be the Pico low here, 168.
The other thing I had this morning is I had a little reminder come in, and Easy Eats Bodega, I owe you a congratulations. Fair played. GG's, well played. Today, the 10K challenge wrapped up, which 30 days ago, Easy and I, after a heated discussion, put $10,000 aside. Easy put it all into 5 altcoins, $2,000 each. Couldn't sell it for 30 days. I put it into meme coins, $10,000 into $2,000 into 5 meme coins. After 30 days, Easy's $10,000 is now worth $10,800. He's up 8%. My 10 grand, real money, by the way, is now worth $6,300. I lost 37% of my portfolio in a month. Well played, Easy.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It outperformed Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, the Bitcoin benchmark lost, down 5%.
The best thing to do over the last 30 days was hold altcoins.
I did like keeping up with this. There were times where I was above you, but only for a day or two. I got smoked. The thing is, I would sell Tokabu. Like, if now that I can sell these, I would sell Tokabu and I would sell potentially Docker, but I don't think I'd sell God, Uranus, or Troll. I kind of want to keep holding these.
What's the thought process of like wanting to keep Troll but not wanting to keep Tokabu?
Tokabu, I just have like no idea. Tokabu feels like I see all the KOL shilling it. Troll, I don't really see any KOLs talking about Troll because they're all sidelined to it. So I kind of like that. And it has the pump bid. In addition, Tokabu, yeah, but Tokabu, I'm like, I don't even know what it is. I know, I lost 50% on it.
Feels bullish.
I mean, Tokabu is only at 34 mil. I kind of just bought it on a whim. I was feeling euphoric, and I did it. But Troll looks good. Uranus, I'm only buying it because I want the Jupe team to crime it. Basically all I want is Meow to pump this thing. The only problem is Meow's been AWOL. It was doing well until Meow's on his 17th ayahuasca trip of the year. He's getting mushrooms up his butt. instead of pumping Uranus.
He's got mushrooms up his anus.
Yeah, exactly. Like Uranus, I actually think that's a funny meme, and the public gets it. Like Uranus is such a long. I feel like I was in elementary school saying Uranus joke. But Meow just disappeared. I don't know when was the last time he tweeted. I haven't seen him at all. August 16th. He's been gone for a month. He was the one that was pumping for this. The reason why I bought it is Uranus is a Jupe studio, which is Jupe's meme coin launchpad meme. And Meow has been supporting it since it was created, but he's just gone. So I don't know where he is right now. He's been AWOL for a month, and I'm hoping that after. Oh, Burning Man. When does Burning Man end?
I think it's been over.
You
need to recover from Burning Man for a few weeks.
Bishop is claiming that the money that we used for this 10K challenge was company funds. It is not. I wish it was.
It was not.
I wish it was. It was. We did that off the dome. I just lost $3,000.
Wouldn't even talk to PR Nick about it. Just threw money in and just said, "Fuck it, we're
I don't
gonna hammer this."
I don't feel good about it.
I feel great.
Also, if we get money like that for like these purposes, we absolutely disclose that the money came from these companies too. Like we're not going to sit here and like mess around with that. Like we're very transparent.
Yeah. So in short, Bishop, you're a bitch.
Yeah, Bishop, you're a dumbass, dude.
Someone died at Burning Man.
Yeah, dude, there was a murder.
Like, do we know Meow's okay?
No, we need to do a wellness check on Meow.
We 25-8 bag worker. I mean, it's not the case right now. Well, we'll see. We'll see how this works for Uranus. So you're gonna keep holding Uranus.
Yeah, I would hold Uranus. I don't know what to do with God the Dog. Abstract meme coin just got nuked for the last 3 or so weeks. Eli's down so much more. Remember when Eli was like, yo, put it on the abstract memes, come back in 30 days, I'm gonna outperform you all. All of your memes got smoked, Eli. I want to make sure that's clear. But I actually do think abstract is a buy here for a lot of these memes, which is why I was like, I'm not going to sell my dog. In fact, maybe I would buy some of these. Eli's been saying Gooner is a good buy. Eli showed Gooner to me at like 80K and I faded it. It went to 10 mil. So
we're going to need to bring Eli on to address this FUD of abstract to get in a little battle with Clemente.
It's not FUD. I actually do like abstract memes long term. But the last 30 days, of course, when I pushed them, when I was excited about them, they got smacked. I hit up Eli about UWU69, Ray. I hit him up about it because our Bodagos Discord was talking about it at 80K. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. I pinged Eli about it. He said, don't buy it, it's a scam.
Oh, no.
It did a 15x after that. So when he comes on the show, I have some questions to him about it, Mr. Abstract.
This is one with actually a decent amount of liquidity, 180K liquidity on a 1.4 market cap token, which is interesting on this one. I want to dive more into abstract memes at some point. I just need to find the time to do so. They seem like it's more of like PvE. Like, is that your experience when you were there, like versus like PvP and Solana?
I put like $2,000 into God. And it's just watch it go up only. The thing is that these low liquidity plays, like they pump a lot more. Like this chart was beautiful. It ran up until 8 mil. And I didn't sell any. I round tripped the whole thing, but I think it looks good here. It's starting to recover. The thing that I like about what I'm looking for on abstract memes is non-penguin IP. Like, is there something that would survive even if it wasn't on abstract, right? And that's why I like God the Dog. I like Newt. And trying to find those types of plays. But it is like a really interesting ecosystem to specialize in. Eli has done really well on it, and a lot of people have. So,
yeah, we'll have to dive into this more. Maybe bring Eli on. Other meme coins. I want to kind of go over to the majors right now because a lot of things are just kind of like bled out over this like kind of like period of chop we had where we pulled back from all-time highs. Any of these meme coins, like on the large cap side, interesting to either you, Easy, or Clemente? Pepe at 4.5 bill, Pengu at 2.1. We have SPX 1.3. I bought some more of that today. I looked at Rect. Rect is like 330 or 233 mil. That can't be right. 352 FTV. So, I mean, this was like, everyone was saying like, this is going to $1 billion. I still hold a bag here. I hold a Rec guy as well. Like, are you looking at any of these any of these coins that have pulled back from our previous high coming into Q4 when we think things are going to pump?
I'm not, no.
No. Are you basically just like you prefer to leverage trade majors?
Yeah. Basically all majors. Majors for leverage and perps, and then obviously I'm all in on the prediction side of stuff.
Clemente, you have any interest in any of these like mid to large cap meme coins if we do get like a Q4 run?
I firmly believe, I still firmly believe we're going to get another meme coin season. Like it's going to come. It's just a matter of when. The only problem with buying MOG or buying Pepe, whatever it is, I actually think Troll. I'm like, okay, I kind of feel good holding that. I like large cap though. It's hard for me to make a good bet on some of these memes that's going to pay off, right? Like if I buy MOG, I wouldn't buy more than like $1,000 of it. I can't justify, and if I buy MOG and it does a 2x, I'm like, okay, I made $1,000, which is great, but I don't know how to play these, and I don't play with enough size on these memes to justify the headache of like checking the price or it goes down 50%. When I buy certain things, Ray, I feel like what has been helping me recently is I'm like, you have to acknowledge peace of mind with some of the plays that you have. The peace of mind tax, where like you can buy something and you don't have to be checking the prices every day. You don't have to be worried about like, oh my God, is it going up or down? Like you can just hold this thing for like a year, which is cool, which is why like Hype, for example, was one of those plays. So yeah, but the biggest problem still with memes is the marginal buyer is just gone. You look at any meme coin, people aren't buying meme coins right now. Altcoins, and now we got Pio on the show. The tip that Pio gave me about Open has outperformed every crypto asset I own the last 30 days. Dude, this guy joins the show for one time this month, drops a banger on our heads, and leaves. I'm like, okay, you know what?
Hey, he told us Open wasn't a buy. He told us Open wasn't a buy when he came on the show.
So, ladies and gentlemen in the crowd, so I think Ray's the funniest guy like that I know in crypto. Basically, like Ray he was quiet the first like 9 months he worked here, and then now he just drops joke bangers 24/7, and that's one of my favorite ones that I tweet about Open, and Ray responds, he's like, "Should I buy it though, or whatever?" So check it out, guys. I just had to come on real quick. I don't want to talk about Open. If people are DMing me now from our audience in Open that are in Open, and they're saying the run can't be over, right? I was like, what is this guy talking about? I look at the price; it's down like 30 cents. I'm like, dude, are you guys okay? Like, so if that's you, maybe you're overexposed and you're not built for this very risky stock. If you want to hedge, go on the prediction markets and buy. Will Keith Raboy be on the board this year? No. That if you want to hedge against your open position, bet no on Keith being on the board. And so real quick, the reason I came on, I just wanted to pop on quickly because I had to make sure that I talked about this. I came on the show a number of times. I've talked about Iron, formerly known as Iris Energy, and I've talked about Cypher Mining, two Bitcoin mining stocks that are now being positioned for AI because the big tech companies are going to need more AI data centers to support the computational power that's required for them to run their AI. Yesterday, and then 2 weeks ago, there was the Bitcoin ETF moment for this sector, which was when Google bought 8% of TeraWulf mining. And everyone was like, holy shit, it really happened. Like the thing that Mike Alfred's been talking about for like 2.5 years actually finally happened. So people are considering that the Bitcoin ETF moment. Then yesterday, out of nowhere, Microsoft comes through and signs a deal with this company, Nebius, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Nebius, NBIS. And the deal's worth more than its entire company. And get this, Nebius is not as well positioned as a company like Iron. So I just had to make sure I came on the show and like said this to everybody is like, now that's two, TeraWulf and Nebius. There's only so many names. Just remember that I said Iron and Cypher Mining, CIFR and IREN. Just remember I said it. Iron was at $8 like 2.5 months ago. Now it's at 29. So it's not as early as it was then. But look at Cypher Mining. It's at like $8 or $9, and it was at, $3 or $4 a little while ago. So just want to come on the show and share those. Yep.
I've got
Yo,
to talk
put
to
it
you
on
after the show,
wax.
PO, about we talked about yesterday a stable coin pegged to GPU compute hardware. So rather than being backed by T-bills, it's backed by like the infrastructure behind AI. So I got to send you some info on that play. If you're big on the mining and the infrastructure side of things, it could be an interesting opportunity.
Is that by a crypto company?
Yes.
I think I'm good. Think I'm okay. Thank you though.
You're like, yeah, mining's a crypto company. They're
No,
mining Bitcoin. That's a crypto.
absolutely
It's a
not.
crypto company.
Nope. Yeah, I'm good on any crypto companies pouncing onto like some trend for 2 seconds. I think I'm good on that. And then the whole market throws the baby out with the bathwater. I'm good on that. But yeah, I just want to bring up Cypher Mining, Iron. It's interesting, like easy. This wasn't even on your radar. Didn't even cross your, no idea. Do you care at all?
Nope.
How come?
I don't know. I'm not like very big in a lot of the mining stuff. Like personally, it's like if I wanted to buy mining, I would just buy Bitcoin.
Right. But what if this AI narrative tied to, it's not even a narrative, it's just a complete reality. What if this is just absolutely enormous for these data center companies? That doesn't interest you?
Once again, I'd still just rather buy Bitcoin.
It feels like a hedge against both. So I kind of like it.
I don't think it's a hedge. I just think it's a massive investment opportunity.
Hey, Pio, I get it. I get where you're coming from. I'm personally really bullish on creator capital markets. I'm really well positioned there. And I think that's another great investment opportunity that people can get involved with.
What about IP tokens from popular IP launching tokens on Base and Solana at the same time, like Black Mirror?
All right.
Did you see this one from yesterday?
I can't with this shit, dude.
The official Black Mirror token, I think it's trading at 5 mil right now, launched on Base and Solana. Apparently backed by Black Mirror, Animoca Brands, AVAX, Solana, Republic Crypto. I have no idea what this is. I just laughed at it and thought it was funny and had a fun segue there. I'm not buying any of this, but just wanted to bring it up. Moving on, did you see this this Launchcoin story, Easy? I know you've been big on in the Launchcoin trenches early. Did you see the Hyperliquid whale hunter?
Yeah, that was absolutely wild. It completely liquidated them.
Yeah, so the story, what happened, basically somebody had a very large short on Launchcoin on Hyperliquid, and somebody went in and just like completely took out the short, bought it up, sent the chart up, I think like 100 or like 100% almost in one candle, completely liquidated the whale for $7.8 million on this play. Notably, Ben Pashnik in the comments coming in and saying good. Was gave me a little bit of a smile. Looking over at Launchcoin, it's basically retraced almost all of the move here after running up to 123, back down to 92. You're interested in creator capital markets, Clemente. Are you interested in Launchcoin still for like this ICM type play?
No, not at all. I was actually being sarcastic about the creator capital markets. I'm like, it's so hard for me to buy. Frankly, I've been kind of looking at some of Pio's buys. I'm like, this guy, you're kind of looking at some PVEs if you buy some of these stocks. Dude, I've just been getting wrecked. Holding anything for longer than a month on anything that's not the majors, I get smoked.
Guys, I just want to be real for a second. Like I'm going to be real. People are going to get so upset.
Oh, here we go.
All the people trading crypto day to day are broke. They're not holding Bitcoin. They're watching Bitcoin explode over time in price. It's at 115K. It was at 80K recently, and they're just not exposed. And then they're losing their money for years. I was so confused. I was like, Bitcoin's had such a massive impact on my life. How are these people in crypto broke? I don't understand. And then now I'm coming on the show and bringing up massive value, the AI data center play. It's on a silver platter. And people are like, nah, man, talk about that random ass token that came out yesterday. I want to lose money on that shit. I just don't really understand the desire to lose money. I don't understand.
Easy's altcoin basket outperformed Bitcoin over the last month. You did have that.
3 weeks.
30 days.
With so much action. Normal people aren't in front of the computer 18 hours a day. It's just not like real. It's just not. I went on,
If
guys.
they're not in front of the computer, it's like even better to just hold that. It outpaced. We're up 8%. Bitcoin's down $600. We made $800.
I'm sure that as time goes on, that's just going to continue. I went on a guy's podcast yesterday at 5:50 in the morning because he does the podcast. It's Retire on Dividends.
I was going to say, is it dividends?
He has to do the podcast at 6 a.m. He has an engaged audience at 6 a.m. So I go on the podcast at 6 a.m. Then he goes and he commutes to work. It's an hour commute to his accounting job. Then he goes and works 8 hours in office, commutes an hour back. He's got his like family. He's got to do baseball practice and shit. The guy literally doesn't have an extra minute. He's doing the podcast at 6 a.m. He also does the YouTube videos, right? So he's still doing his YouTube videos. So he wakes up at 4 a.m. That's like the normal American. By the way, his audience, someone in his audience said Tom Lee said that Ethereum was going to flip the price of Bitcoin this year. Do you think that's true? And I just literally let them know that is the most preposterous thing I've ever heard in my life. And if anyone tells you that, you need to run away. Untaught Talent asked me if I sold some of my MicroStrategy. I have 2,000 shares of MicroStrategy. I'm selling options on MicroStrategy, but no, I'm holding 2,000 shares of MicroStrategy. So that's quite a bit.
Your stance on MicroStrategy is slightly flipped, Pio, correct? That you went from I'm never going to sell this to now I'm potentially going to sell it in the future when it becomes more overvalued.
I don't know, man. I just think like with 2,000 shares, right? So it's 1,400 in my brokerage, 260 in one of the IRAs, and like 240 in another. So it's like 1,900 shares, right?
And what are the passwords for each of those?
It's a as people can probably imagine, it's a big daddy position, right? And so when strategy goes to like call it $1,100, if you do the math on that, like 1,900, which by the way is only like a 4x from here, which for a stock like this is not that weird. That's like 2.1 million bucks of MicroStrategy, right? And it's like it's so aggressively volatile, as everybody knows. And it's so easy to know where you're at with it, right? Because you can just, I follow like 4 or 5 people that I just treat as a full tilt counter signal. And some of them are even the MicroStrategy guys in a different way. They're cocky when the MNAV is up, and they're defensive when the MNAV is down. And it's just so on the nose. You know what I mean? And I just follow some crypto people too that shit on it when the MNAV is down, and they ask why it's doing so well when the MNAV is up. And so because it's just so easy to tell whether it's a buy or a sell, I'm kind of like, at this point, I'm going to have 2.1 million bucks of it in the next, call it 2 to 3 years or less. Maybe just take that, turn it into cash, wait for people to shit on it on Twitter, be like, all right, cool, plow back in. This was easy. 1.3 MNAV, sell it, 3.2 MNAV. I don't know. I feel like the people in the audience would appreciate that strategy. They'd say like, that sounds like good trading, or I don't know. Like it's hard to get a read on what the traders want to do. But to me, that feels like a pretty reasonable approach. And it feels like something when there's multiple 7 figures, I don't know.
My concern, or like an interesting play for me, is like, what are your thoughts? Say, like, I know that you may not think the 4-year cycle is intact anymore with institutional bids and et cetera for crypto, but say like we do see like a cycle top and then bear market. I think that with all the treasury companies, aren't we going to see like a pretty massive like drawdown effect on them? Like, would you be interested in like potentially, I know you're not a trader, but like selling them, buying back in during a bear? Like that's another thing, because I don't think we hit that 1,100 in this cycle.
That is, well, I mean, we totally could. We could. I mean, if Bitcoin goes to 200K, then that 1,100 is like on the table, like super on the table. You know what I mean? But even if it goes to like 800, right? Like, which is very on the table, 1,900 times 800, that's 1.5 million. I don't know. I mean, I have to start thinking about these things, right? Yeah. And then at that point, it's the biggest position in the portfolio. So it's like, I don't know. Clemente, you're smirking. What's up?
No, because I look over at Easy and he's just tweeting up a storm about
this iPhone.
About the iPhone price he took easy. How much money did you have on the iPhone prices going up or
I
down?
believe it's not a gamble if
not a
if
lot.
you have an edge.
It's
right?
like $1,500.
Okay.
No, it's not a lot.
What's the most you made on one of these prediction market trades, Easy? Because you're presenting it on Twitter like you're making a ton of money, but I'm wondering what the actual dollar amount is of the best trade, and then what's the dollar amount of the worst trade?
I made 4,200 on Mr. Beast raising money for Team Water. I've lost like 2,000 across multiple lines, just like getting chopped up on stupid stuff.
Would
But
you
if
say
Eric
that
Adams, if Eric Adams stays in, that's going to be the biggest one.
Would you say that you are actually genuinely, like if you're being brutally honest, are you actually profitable on the prediction market trades?
Yeah. Across all three markets, yeah. That's the
But
thing.
not
is
like 100K profitable.
No, God, no. Kalshi, I'm up $3,000 right now, but that's mostly just like finding discrepancies with sports books and taking like live lines there. Myriad, I'm up 3K, and Polymarket, I'm basically flat just because I keep hammering a bunch of different lines. So
those are like pretty humble gains, all things
it's
considered.
not a lot. Yeah, but I only put 10 grand in.
Yeah, as you say, his initial capital is only 10K, so that's 30% gains, right? Over.
Yeah, it's a 40% gain in 3 weeks.
That's interesting. I'm up 13,400 on OpenDoor, just riding with the OpenDoor army for now. Can't wait to see where that one goes. Real quick on the last thing on MicroStrategy, keep in mind I'm selling options on this thing every week, Clemente. So I'm making money on it every single week, 19 option contracts a week. Right now I have an option. I'm being very conservative. It's expiring this Friday, $500 strike price. So do we think it's going to go to $500 by this Friday? Probably not. So I'll just kind of like collect that premium a little bit. But yeah.
Well, we get what's the recipe to get there? Is it cool CPI, cool PPI, and then a priced in 2 rate cuts sending Bitcoin to 125K? Is that like the only way we can? I don't even know that gets it to 500. Bitcoin might need to go to like 150 to get to 500.
Yeah, I mean, look, dude, as you can see, the stock performs in really weird ways. And this is the last thing we'll say about it, because I think a lot of people aren't interested in it. But the stock operates in weird ways. It's at the same, it's at the same price now as it was when it had like half as much Bitcoin. So like Mr. Market is manic depressive is the rule that you need to have with a stock like this. That's actually why selling options on it is so great, because it's like, for example, I tried selling options on OpenDoor and Iron when I was early in like the investment, like when I had just kind of bought in, and I got assigned on Iron. And so I was like, all right, well, like, I'm not going to do that again, because I just like missed out on like $1 or $2 of upside. So I just bought back in. And it's because it's like unpredictable and the options premium is not really there. Strategy is like the highest liquidity options stock given its market cap in the entire stock market. So it's like, it's very predictable in as unpredictable as it is. Once you've held it for years and you've kind of maneuvered with it, it's actually very predictable. And what I'm predicting is that I think we have a really great Q4 for Bitcoin and thus crypto. So Raul Paul tweeting about, he's charting the crypto market cap outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So every crypto asset besides Bitcoin and Ethereum. And he's like posting a chart with like some pretty big wedges that he thinks are going to, you know, explode. I think we're in wonderful shape going into Q4 for these markets, for all markets, quite frankly. I think that these rate cuts are like not, well, dude, they're not priced in. I mean, like people, Mike Alfred posted this nice quote tweet from somebody else, very long description of how people try to point to rate cuts being bearish historically. It's like, yeah, it's actually, you know, usually been in a bearish situation. You're not going to be able to find it. It's going to be, you know, from days ago, Ray. But that's because a lot of times rate cuts come in the face of like big issues. And that's not where we're at right now. We're actually entering a rate cut cycle after a rate hike cycle that was in response to money printing. So it's a very unique situation. It's like we had a crisis, which was COVID, which was unique, where we shut the economy down, and that's very unusual. Then we printed money, so you know, financial stimulus, way too much. Then to undo that, to not get Weimar Germany level inflation, you know, Venezuela level cash in a wheelbarrow at the grocery store level inflation, we had to have a historic rate hike cycle. And then after the rate hike cycle, now we're entering a rate cut cycle with a president that is you know, his metrics for whether or not he's successful are like the stock market and the crypto market. So I think it's incredibly interesting. Plus we have AI, just the sector of AI. This is a growth period for humans, for humanity. This is like, you know, industrial revolution. This is AI revolution. Does that mean that there won't be a 20% drawdown tomorrow? No, right? So that's why it's stupid to try to time stuff. So I'm just trying to accumulate massive positions of things that I have super high conviction in and hold them and watch them go up. I don't know.
One chart, PO, like I know we were getting away from MicroStrategy, but the one chart that I like to look at, because I don't know if price really matters as much as market cap does, because they dilute at the market. I mean, you're still up pretty high, like in terms of market cap versus last year, last cycle. Because, you know, that they're issuing more shares, so the market cap goes up more, even if the price stays the same.
Yeah, I mean that's how it works, right? When you're diluting the common stock, it's a trend. The company's in a transition. They used to do the convertible debt. That was how they raised money for Bitcoin last cycle. I mean, last cycle was the first cycle for MicroStrategy, right? This cycle, it's the preferreds, and I don't know. I feel like I like that structure a lot better. People would go, dude. No one remembers the FUD on the convertible debt. He's going to get margin called. He's going to get liquidated. It was just all made up, right? And so now here we are with a totally different setup with no option to get liquidated, literally zero. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I like the preferred stuff if they continue to generate revenue. I mean, it's basically just it's almost like viewing the preferred stuff as like a separate business that's generating revenue that he can use to buy Bitcoin for the main stock. So
it's like a bank, and then he's dropping that drippy merch,
the orange merch. I know you love that. Oh man, we've covered pretty much everything I have on my list today. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap up today? Clemente, Easy, PO.
Good to go.
Should I buy open?
On
the dip?
Boy.
So here, look, I don't know what to tell people. I think OpenDoor has insane motion. I think it's a fixer-upper, no pun intended, like a serious fixer-upper. I mean, Eric Jackson is saying that if they don't appoint Keith Raboy to the board, he's going to rally the shareholders for a class action lawsuit against the board of OpenDoor. So this is like not a normal setup for a bullish stock, but people think that this is the Uber of home buying. People think that just like Carvana has disrupted buying a car. Easy. Have you ever used Carvana to buy a car?
I've sold a car through Carvana, not to buy.
Look at that. We got a user of Carvana here. Nick just bought his car.
Offer. They give me a higher offer on the vehicle and they come and pick it up. So like they literally show up, they look at it once, they don't give a shit as far as they look at it, and they just hand you a check with your name on it that you can cash the same day. It was like the easiest process I've ever had to sell a car. Because you go to a dealership, dude, it takes hours. Like I'm talking literal out. When I bought my car, I bought it without ever looking at it because I did not want to deal with going to a dealership. Paid them, wired them the full money for it, everything, like whole nine. Walked in hoping to just get the keys, sign a couple papers. I was still there for 2 hours dealing with like paperwork and all this other bullshit. And the car was paid for, already 100% paid for, in my name, everything, and it still took 2 hours. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous.
So look at that. Carvana simplified the buying and selling process for used cars, which, you know, if you think about human beings, things are only going to be shitty for so long. And the car buying process was shitty. So Carvana's made it not shitty anymore. And as a result, Nick just bought a car with Carvana. And Easy has used Carvana. And my friend just fucking ordered a car with Carvana, right? You take an Uber. You don't hail a taxi cab. You don't call a cab, right? Buying and selling homes sucks. My mom bought a house a little while ago. It sucked. I had to sit in a law office for hours signing paperwork that you don't have time to read and like pay a lawyer like $3,000 or some shit for like no reason. Like that process sucks. It's going to take long for it to fully be something that a company like OpenDoor does. But investors think that OpenDoor is positioned best. They think that it has actually fewer competitors than Carvana did in its sector. And they think that this could be the play for commercial real estate. Someone brought up the jobs market. I think real quick, I think Easy has better opinions about real quick, T Ward's talking about Tesla buying a new car easy. Yeah, absolutely. Technology company Tesla makes buying a new car easy, but you have to buy a Tesla. You can't buy any car. You have to buy a Tesla. With Carvana, you can buy any car. So I'm a big Tesla guy. That's awesome. But if you're not going to buy a Tesla, the process sucks unless you do Carvana. Real quick on the jobs, the jobs take. My take is I don't even think that shit matters because I think, rich elites are just trying to pump assets. So yeah, if you're a janitor living paycheck to paycheck, you're screwed. But I don't think that's going to impact, the most important assets in the world. So I don't know if Easy has a different opinion on that.
It looks like we
No,
got
I mean, I
data here.
agree.
Easy. Revision subtracts 911,000 jobs. You saw some negative candles across the board on this.
Well, it just kind of sets up for rate cuts, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, all that means is more likelihood that rate cuts are going to happen. 50 bips up to 16, slight push down. 25 bips seems still more likely.
Micah G was an early employee at Carvana. I asked him if he held his shares. He's been silent. The answer is no.
I need Clemente to read just Art16Z's like comments, just like in a crazy person's voice. I need whatever this guy is like taking. Like this guy's all over the place.
He's mentally ill.
Give me this.
Sure.
Give me this mentally ill voice here on this comment, Clemente.
You guys should buy an NFT live. Moonbirds, tiny base frogs, Alice of Keys of Power, my curio cards.
They were saying some insane stuff.
What
until Trump gives out tariffs checks of 10K to everyone? What are you talking about?
Trump is countering the deep state great reset and moving us into a decentralized system and not evil CBDC world.
That's the audience right here. Like,
That's
This guy is going nuts. Art16Z, we love you. I love your comments. I read every single one of them. You're just all over the place. I need some of whatever medication you're taking.
That's funny. Micah G sold. He goes, I was given $10,000 in stock, but yes, I sold it. It wouldn't be $10,000 now, Micah. But yeah, anyway, it's hard for people to hold things for a really long time. He said, oh, part of that stock reward was what I used to buy NBA Top Shot. So it worked out. Maybe it did. Carvana went from $4 to $400 almost. So I don't know if it necessarily worked out. $10,000 to $10. Damn. So that's 400 bands at least, right? Or if it goes to 400, it's actually not that much compared to what it could be if you participated in the employee stock purchase plan, the ESPP, Micah G. All right. Anyway, Ray, I didn't mean to derail the show. We can wrap.
No, you're good. I was just looking at the Fed rate change. It's basically sitting at 2 cuts, like almost got up to 20% yesterday, which is crazy. 20% this morning for a double cut in September, just a week away. So there's like a bit of uncertainty here. Like I said, cool CPI, cool PPI this week. Maybe we see 2 cuts. That being said, thank you all for listening. It's been a wonderful episode on a Tuesday, joined by Pio, Clemente, Easy. We do the show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. You can catch us on all major podcasting platforms.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I'm laughing, ladies and gentlemen. Art16Z said that the show's gone down since Clemente joined.
Bring Node back. I love Node. I would love to have Node back. Actually, I'm going to hit him up. I'm going to try to get him on the show a couple times when the boys are in Asia. Have some Node mode going on. Thank you all for listening. We do the show on YouTube as well. You can see what we're talking about in real time. You can see Art16Z